Okay, Fall Rivers call out video. For those of you that haven't watched any of them yet or seen any of them, let me wipe my screen off. I hope that didn't just make it blurry. There's stuff all over it. For those of you that have not seen it, it's all about behind the scenes of lawn care. All of us in the lawn care community. Once you're called out, to tell a little bit about yourself, so everybody gets to know you a little better. A lot of you guys know a lot about my background story, but some of you may not. So here we go, and at the end I'll call out the 3 people that I'd like to see do this next, and some of them I already know a little bit about their background, but there's so many different people I watch all the time, and these are just 3 really great ones. One of them's a new one I just found recently, and I absolutely love his channel. Phenomenal channel, but we'll get to that in a minute. So a little about me. I am 38 years old. Actually, in October of this year, 2017, I will be 39. Right out of high school, I went in the military. I was in the Navy, and a lot of my friends were getting in trouble, heading down bad roads, and so I decided I was getting the hell out of here, and that was the easiest way, and it was something I wanted to do anyway. So I did that, and I lived down south for a little while, all over Alabama, Georgia, stationed in Virginia, Norfolk. But anyway, I got out of the service and I came back, and I really didn't do much. I worked a bunch of security jobs. It just seemed like I couldn't get out of a uniform. I was always in a uniform. But so I did that, and I went from there. I worked a few jobs as a mechanic. I did a lot of farm work when I was younger, so a lot of it was self-taught, and a lot of hard work, hard labor. My whole life, it's just something I always loved to do. I'm not a sit behind a desk type of guy, and I'm definitely not I'm not an indoors person. I love to be outside no matter what time of the year, even though I hate the cold. For those of you who don't know, I live right above Niagara Falls, New York. A lot of people hear New York and they think New York City. Rest assured, it's nothing but farmland and small communities around here. There's the closest big city would be Buffalo, and that's 40 minutes away, depending on how you drive. But yeah, so I did that, and I worked a bunch of security jobs. I went to college for criminal justice, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do or where I was going to go. And so I worked during this whole time, I worked for so many other landscape companies. Pretty much made a lot of people a lot of money, and never much for me. And I applied for a job. I seen an ad in the paper one day. I was still working for a landscape company. It said, "Think Brinks." And so I went and applied to the armored truck company, and I did that for 11 years. And I spent many of those years as a firearms instructor, which I absolutely loved. One of the funnest jobs I've ever had, and I did a lot of traveling with that, teaching firearms, and it's just been a real big thing for me. One of my biggest hobbies is guns. I absolutely love guns, any kind. I don't care if it's a BB gun to a 22 plinker to a 308, it doesn't matter. I love guns. I have more rifles, pistols, so many different firearms, and I just collect them. I'm a big collector when it comes to things like that. But so I did that for a long time, and one day I was sitting in traffic, and I just about had it. I was tired of all the hours. I was tired of the low pay, even though I loved what I did. And I'm sitting behind this van. I was talking to my wife, and I said, I really should just start this landscape company. She says, "You talked about it so much, and you've just never done it. I don't know why. I figured you'd have done it by now." And anyway, I was sitting behind this van in traffic at that point, and it said on the bumper sticker, "If you don't follow your dreams, you'll spend your life working for somebody that did." And you guys have heard this before. I mentioned it in the video, and bam, it clicked in right there. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm doing it. I had a Jeep Cherokee Sport at the time. I sold that. I took a loan out of my 401k. I bought a pickup. I bought the equipment I needed, just real basic stuff. It was like a belt drive walk behind, and I just started it, and I just went, and I had a lot of questions, wasn't sure. I still kept my other job part-time for the first 3 years of my business, and my business took off. After the first year, I was named Lawn Care Service of the Year by my local business association, and they advertised it for me, and it exploded from there. And it was pretty phenomenal. And things have never been the same since. I absolutely love the freedom of it. It's completely changed my life. I love the money. Money's never been a big thing for me. I've always been the type of guy whereas if my bills are paid, the kids have clothes on their back, and there's food on the table, I don't give a shit if I got 20 bucks in my pocket. I just never cared. I grew up in the country, and we never had a lot of money, and I never cared. I absolutely love the money, don't get me wrong, but it's never been a big thing for me. I never really cared. But, you know, that's pretty much it. A little bit in my personal situation, I guess you could say. I was married once before. I was with a girl for a long time, and she decided one day, this isn't for me, and up and left me with 2 kids. So she ended up divorcing me, and I got full custody of both my kids. I raised them on my own for almost 6 years, and then I got remarried to the girl I'm married to now, which is a phenomenal woman. I've known her my whole life, and she is a doctor of physical therapy, really, really good woman, and a hard worker, and she grew up in the country too. Her whole family owns a farm, always have, and so we just kind of click, you know. And she's been a great support for all these changes that have happened in my life over the last few years. But that's it. You know, other than that, I just love spending time with my family, and we do a lot of camping. Last year, going solo, like a lot of you guys have seen in my videos, has allowed me to do a lot more than that, or a lot more of that. And you know, other than that, if I have something I'm doing on my own, it's hunting. One way or the other, I don't care what it's for. I love to hunt, especially bow hunting. Even though guns are my thing, I love to bow hunt. So anyway, that's probably long enough. I could go on forever. I mean, you guys watch my videos. I'm a gabber, man. I can talk. I love to talk. But, so that's just the gist of it. Who I'm going to call out Curtis from Weed Whacker Lawn Care. Great guy. That dude cracks me up. And I think it's just that southern Texas draw, the kind of way he talks. I just laugh listening to that guy talk. He's just awesome. He's a cool dude, man. I definitely like him. He's down to earth. Mike from Something to Look At. He's in Florida. Great dude. Great dude. I talk to him a lot. I know a bunch about him, but I think you guys need to learn more about him. He's a phenomenal guy, another solo guy. So the second one's Mike from Something to Look At. I kind of wrote him down here so I wouldn't forget. And last, this is a new one that I recently found. I never knew about him, and I think he's kind of new to making videos anyway. And I think he's going to have an awesome channel. I said that once before about Andy from Cut and Clean. You guys see what happened to him. But, so definitely check out this last guy. He's just really cool. Another real down-to-earth guy. Like, I'm not all about the showboating guys and the guys that are in for the glamour and the social media superstars. I'm not into all that kind of stuff. So you'll notice when you check these guys out, they're all down-to-earth, basic guys just doing their thing. So this last one, he falls in that category. Definitely. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I can't believe I can't think of his name. I've just watched a ton of his videos, but his channel is called Saving Green Lawn Care. Awesome dude. So remember, all 3 of these, you got Curtis from Weed Whacker Lawn Care, Mike from Something to Look At, and Saving Green Lawn Care. Go on their channels, their most recent video, and post in the comments. Randy from Countryside Lawn, New York called you out. You need to make your video next. So, I don't know. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm out.